Alrighty guys, as they keep bringing you guys another Dragon Ball Legends guide video. So today we're going to go ahead and be hopping in for the raid boss against Super Baby 2. And we're just going to go ahead and quickly go over my top 5 units for this event. This is going to be a free-to-play list, basically, right? So this is what I'm going to go ahead and be doing. Before we actually hop into the units, let's go ahead and hop into the actual event right here. Let's go ahead and see what we got for our battle bonuses, because these are always very important. These are always something that you guys want to go ahead and go over, right? Before you actually go ahead and choose your unit and stuff. So it's pretty limited. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We only got GT with the afflicted damage bonus up to 100%, and then you have the new Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's getting all of these buffs. He gets a 200% bonus, he gets a 20% cut, and he gets a 50% Dragon Ball chance up. So he's going to almost be getting guaranteed rising rushes faster than you if you're not using this man, right? And then you also have powerful opponent, which I guess it's nice. That was them kind of like throwing us a bone, but it's not too much of a bone in the first place, right? And then right here we can actually look. They give us a couple recommended characters that I'm actually going to go ahead and go over. So that you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku right there, you have SHENRON, and you have the Vegeta. So that being said, let's go ahead and immediately get into number 5. Alright, so coming in at number 5 is going to be the Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I know this might be a surprise to some of you guys, right? I know this might come off as like, what? Like, why is he number 5? Why is he in the last spot? Alright, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. He is in the last spot because I don't have him.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, not just that. I honestly, I am a little bit salty that I don't have them. But not just that, because like I said before, this is going to be a free-to-play list. It's coming from a free-to-play standpoint, and I want to go ahead and give you guys the best units for free-to-play players, especially if you guys do not even just for free-to-play players too. This is just for people that don't have the most optimal units. So obviously, this guy has to make it onto the list because this raid event was specifically kind of like made for him, right? He is the unit that's being highlighted for this raid. He is on the GT tag. He's going to absolutely melt the raid boss if you do have him. So if you do have him, he's like easily the best unit to bring. But other than that, I don't really need to talk more about him. I do have him at this last position because he is extremely difficult to get, right? He is a Legends limited unit, so it's not like you can go ahead and just hop in there. I don't expect everyone watching this to actually have this guy. Alright, and coming in at a number 4 position is going to be SHENRON. So I actually had 2 contestants fighting for this spot right here. It was SHENRON and it was the GT Vegeta. Unfortunately, GT Vegeta did get kicked out. After doing some extensive testing with him, I can definitely tell you guys right now that he does not really cut it. And on top of that, we can actually see the tags right here that I have up on the screen, is that you have the GT buff and you have the powerful opponent buff. Vegeta is not going to be getting the GT buff, or I mean, he is going to be getting the GT buff, but he's not going to be able to get the powerful opponent buff, which the SHENRON does have right here, right? And then on top of that, he has endurance. So just in case Baby actually does hit you with a rush, you're going to go ahead and be able to take that for you or for your buddy, and then you'll also get a damage buff just because of him using that rush too, right? So I feel like he definitely is going to have a little bit more value than the GT Vegeta. I know the GT Vegeta does a lot of like debuffs and stuff like that, but and something like the co-op bosses, like the AIs, just always, especially if they have their shield up, they're going to be able to go ahead and clear all those debuffs anyways, right? So it's not like a game changer for those debuffs at the same time, right? So that being said, let's move on to unit number 3. Alright, for unit number 3, I feel like this is a sleeper unit, is Hit. I actually, when I see a lot of people running Hit in this co-op right now, and then my first initial thought was like, maybe I should disband, but I completely forgot about the fact that this Hit, unlike the purple Hit, actually has the powerful opponent buff, right? So at the very least, he is getting some of those buffs and stuff right there. You can see right here, he's getting powerful opponent. He's actually pretty strong late game. I think he just has a little bit of a slow start, right? He has a pretty decent green card and stuff like that. It's going to be able to like destroy Dragon Balls, and it says after 20 timer counts have elapsed, you're going to get a 30% to strike damage and an increase to arts card draw speed by 1 level. So I feel like that's actually pretty good. He has an ultimate that's going to get an increased damage buff after 30 counts, and you know, he gets all the crits, right? This is what he's known for. He's the critical hitical, and so I feel like he's definitely a strong unit for this. I definitely did sleep on him, but I am no longer sleeping on this man right now. I turned off the snooze button. Let's go ahead and move on to unit number 2. Alright, so this guy actually might be coming as a surprise to you guys right here. We have BEERUS, the EX Yellow BEERUS, and some of you guys might want to just click off the video after seeing this right now, but let me go ahead and tell you why I think he's actually good. So let's immediately go into the fact that he does have powerful opponents. So he's getting a 50% buff at the very minimum, and he also has this is what I like about him the most, right? Is that he gets a 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts when the enemy uses a strike or a blast arts card. So he's going to be able to stack damage, right? I feel like that's like one of the most important aspects of co-op, is that you're able to stack damage, because you're going to be able to ramp up your damage numbers very, very increasingly. And he also gets more powerful as timer counts elapse. So I feel like this is actually, it's not bad. His main ability is decent. He gets 35% to blast damage only for 15 timer counts. It's a little rough, but you know, he is an old EX unit, and for being an old EX unit, I know you guys are going to have him. Like, I definitely know you guys are going to have him at maybe not at 14 stars. I don't even have him at 14 stars, but I feel like you guys will have him at a decent amount of stars, which warrants me to put him at this number 2 position, because he is extremely free to play friendly, and I definitely do think that he's a sleeper unit as well. I think a lot of people disband him on me, especially when I'm trying to use this guy. I noticed a lot of people disbanding on me, but he does work. Like, I think that's just the fact of the matter, that he actually is able to work for this. Alright, before we move on to our final pick of the video, I want to go ahead and mention some honorable mentions right here. So basically what we have right here are units that I think are really good for this event, but unfortunately did not make the cut because it is a free-to-play list. And I think you guys already know, and I know you guys might argue with me in the comments down below, it is going to be the Zenkai units. Yes, I understand completely that Zenkai units can be seen as completely free-to-play friendly, but some of these Zenkai units feel a little bit obscure. It feels like I don't know a ton of people that actually do have these Zenkai units. So we have Zenkai Demon King Piccolo, who I think is really good for this event. If you have him, go ahead and try him out. Let me know how he does. I've even seen Goresh use a Zenkai 7 DKP in this co-op battle, and you know, just I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, I don't even have this DKP Zenkai. I don't know how many of you guys do have him Zenkai, but he definitely can work for this. I'm also going to go ahead and put up a Zenkai 7 Final Form Frieza, the OG yellow one as well. I've also seen him do really good at this event as well, but I feel like he is definitely one of those more obscure Zenkai units where he doesn't hold a ton of value. I know when he came out, a lot of people kind of just skipped out on him because he necessarily wasn't too impressive, right? So I feel like he's more on the obscure side. And then finally, for the last Zenkai unit I'm going to go ahead and throw into the fire pit is going to be Android 18. Now this one I feel like a lot of you guys will have, because she's considered like one of the best Zenkais in the game, right underneath the LF Zenkai Gohan, right? And so I feel like she does decent as well. She has a buff against Saiyans, so I feel like that's definitely important to know. And before I actually move on, the other two, Piccolo and Frieza, I believe they do have powerful opponent, both of them, so they are getting a buff. Android 18 unfortunately does not get any of those buffs, but she does start off with card draw speed. She is able to go ahead and have that damage buff against Saiyans. The only issue with Android 18 that I see a lot of people having is that she pulls a lot of blast cards when she's a strike unit, so you kind of have to really rely on her green cards to go ahead and swap them to strikes, and that's not always feasible, right? So that being said, those are my honorable mentions. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and move on to unit number 1. Alright, so Metal Rildo, Hyper Meta Rildo. So this guy is my number 1 pick right here. I feel like he is the best option free-to-play wise, right? He's definitely, like, I have him at 7 stars. I feel like you guys will have him at a decent amount of stars for him. He is basically the one that's going to fulfill a majority of your tags right here. He's going to have GT, and he's going to have powerful opponents, so I feel like he is the most buffed one, second to the LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? I don't think he's, I honestly think he's pretty good for this, right? He's able to restore health, he gets 40% to damage inflicted, he's able to reduce damage received, and, you know, just all this good stuff. And I just feel like he's definitely, I don't think he's a sleeper unit. I think I've actually seen a lot of people running this unit, but for me, I feel like he's definitely like one of the best options free to play wise. Alright, so that being said, that's probably going to conclude the video right here. If I missed any units, if you guys think, or if you guys are running anything completely different from anything that I said in this list, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys are using to grind out this raid. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hop on out of here. If you guys enjoyed the content, definitely let me know by leaving a like, comment, or maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one.